Hi, everyone.
So,
This is the homie button. We just two homies.
chillin' like villains.
Do you want me to stop being this close now?
I just wanted you to be in frame. Anyway, so the Supreme Court versus gay marriage. Yeah, gay marriage on the chopping block.
No, I guess we really are just two homies. Sorry. I can't help myself. Oh no.
See what happens? Good old Kim Davis be
we effed
it up
around
for all of
and
us.
I found out. Our community effed around and we found out that we can no longer be together. We must now just be homies that do extracurriculars together.
The horror. The horror.
Welcome.
Anyway, yeah, so Jim Obergefell's warning as precedent tested. So I'll give you a little bit of this Newsweek article because Supreme Court's going to be hearing the case tomorrow. Jim Obergefell, the lead plaintiff in the landmark 2015 Supreme Court ruling that guaranteed nationwide same-sex rights, is worried and warns that the precedent his case established is now facing a scary path. The Supreme Court has scheduled a private conference for Friday, tomorrow, which is today. Hope you're having your coffee. To decide whether to hear a challenge brought by former Kentucky County Clerk Kim Davis, which urges the Supreme Court to overturn Obergefell v. Hodges. Matthew Starver, attorney for Davis, told Newsweek last month the Obergefell has no basis in the Constitution, saying the decade-old decision could be overruled without affecting any other cases. Although many legal analysts believe same-sex marriage rights are unlikely to be overturned, even by the conservative-leaning Supreme Court, Obergefell told Newsweek in a Wednesday interview that he remains concerned. He pointed to the justice's 2022 decision to overturn Roe v. Wade, which had guaranteed abortion access across the country for nearly 50 years. This court, to me, is far from normal, and that's what concerns me. I don't know if he's British, but I'm just saying. He's got a British accent.
In Nina's head.
Yes. We now have a Supreme Court rule that has shown it is willing to turn its back on precedent, which has always been a bedrock principle for the Supreme Court, he said.
So the reason that this ultimately matters is because he is right. He is right that no one expected Roe v. Wade to be overturned. And we just got gay marriage in 2015. So it's very likely that if something that's older than gay marriage got the axe, essentially, right? And don't get me wrong, it's up to the state. I'm not saying, and I'm sure that gay marriage would be in a similar boat. But hypothetically, it means that maybe one day Texas, you won't be able to get married in Texas. Just like you won't be able to have an abortion. And I don't agree with either of those things.
Yeah, so if Supreme Court overturns it, which I don't think they will, but let's say that they do, it'll go back to the states, just like the abortion thing. So, and when it comes down to it, you're right. Our community effed around, and now
they found out.
Out. Yes, you push too much. You push, and they start taking away rights, left and right. So, but I don't want to hear any trans woman who's attracted to women complaining about this. Lily, Tino, Nick. I also don't want to hear trans men who are only attracted to men complaining about this because they're not losing their rights. So, yeah.
Well, the thing is,
I don't want to hear it.
They could be, because if they're homosexuals.
I said trans women who are attracted to women.
Yeah,
they're men.
The thing is,
so they can get married.
The thing is, if they're putting things like marriage on the chopping block, then even those people have to consider themselves. What are they going to do with how they want to present themselves?
Doesn't matter, because marriage is between a man and a woman, and the court sees biological men, biological women, not their identity. Marriage has nothing to do with gender identity. It has to do with the sex of the individuals.
I understand, but it opens up to even those issues.
How so?
Because if they're so anti-gay that we lose our right to get married in several states, you don't think they're also going to be anti-trans? You think that it just is going to hit us?
Well, they're not going to have an issue getting married. Not the ones who are actually straight that call themselves gay.
But the point of the matter is that it infringes on liberties that we have. Yes, and that's why I don't agree with either of these things. I don't think that we should have children being pushed to transition. But I think that if that child becomes 18 and wants to marry whoever is also 18 and over, they can. And I also think that this is when it becomes too much government.
Yeah, but wasn't it Mom Donnie who said, like, there's no issue that big government can't fix? Like, aren't the left, like, all about big government? So shouldn't they be like, no, but we like big government. So this is, like, kind of what we want, but not what we want.
You're asking the wrong person because I don't understand where either side is coming from. If you wanna have control again, but you don't want to over control, then you'd leave gays alone, right?
Yeah.
But if in this world, if they do go for gay marriage, then you're clearly poking. What was it? 1 in 3 gay people voted for Trump?
Oh, I don't know. I think so, but I'm not 100% sure.
Can you look it up real quick?
I could look it up, but I'm not using Google because it's the devil.
I'm pretty sure it's like 1 in 3 people that are gay voted for Trump in this last election. And what would that be? What would that be? 2023 election? 24? 24.
Let's see. But 13% of voters who identified as LGBTQ voted for Donald Trump. It didn't answer the 1 in how many. Just said 13%. So maybe not 1 in 3 would be 1 in...
Dig deeper.
1 in how many?
Dig deep.
Do I have to type in dig
1
deep?
1 in 8, it says. Yeah, well,
Okay,
if you
so
don't put
1 in
dig
8.
deep, it doesn't look that deep.
1 in 8. Not 1 in 3.
I heard 1 in 3. Either way, it was enough people. You said 15%. That's 13%. That's enough of us agree with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hang on, sorry, it's looking. You're going to lose a lot of people, is my point, who are supporting your side. That 13% makes a difference when it comes to voting.
Yeah, but this doesn't have to do with Trump. This has to do with the Supreme Court.
And the conservatives, if they push for it.
Because the Supreme Court is
It's not the liberals pushing for it.
Majority right. No, the liberals pushed for a lot of other things that made people start to side-eye the whole community.
If you go on different numbers, back in 2020, it says that about 1 in 4 people voted for Trump.
1 in 4 gays.
This is 1 in 8.
2016, it was 1 in 7. Yeah, so we're not a is that a monolith? What is the word I'm thinking of? It's like gays.
We're a big enough percentage to swing the votes.
We don't all think alike.
And that's the thing.
Don't.
We don't all think alike, and you think we do. Not you guys. But they think that we all think alike. And that's the problem. 13% is enough to swing an election.
Yeah.
It is. And 13% of people probably didn't agree with Trump and then did agree with Trump.
Okay, this isn't just gays. This is like lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, and queer. Mm-hmm. This isn't just the gays. So we don't really know what the answer is yet. But I'm assuming the gays who voted for Trump aren't really on the trans and kids and queer bandwagon. We're not really, we don't like the word queer. I think it's like redundant and stupid. It's reclaiming a slur that the majority of us weren't in agreement with. Like, I didn't say, yeah, let's take it back. No, someone else did. Some other group, faction in the community did, and we just all have to go along with it. And if we don't, then what? You're going to call us names? You know, there's a lot of infighting within the community.
Well, I think that the biggest thing that I'm getting out of this is that the community has been so unhinged that now they are considering taking away things like gay marriage. And like I said, I was joking at the beginning that we're just homies, but we've been in a relationship for 4 years. She knows I'd like to get married. Mm-hmm. I think at the end of the day you would too if it weren't for debt that you have from student loans and stuff, right? Am I wrong to say that?
You're not wrong to say that. No.
And it's near impossible as it is with finances, let alone with this on the table too. It's just so concerning. It should be concerning because you guys, not you guys, but the people that are representing LGBTQ, they've lumped themselves in with gays and lesbians, and now because of their actions, because of them going into bathrooms, because of them going into private spaces, because of them breaking laws and trust, public trust that isn't even laws sometimes, because of that, the only thing that they can think of to take away from us is our right to get married. Congratulations. You literally screwed us all.
Damn. It says like 1 in 12 to 13 lesbians voted for Trump in 2024. And the same thing with the gays.
Between 1 in 5 and 1 in 8. But that's an inference, not an official stat.
Right. So
Voted for Trump.
right. There was something about Kim Davis here that I wanted to look at, because she's the one that they're gonna hear her case. Davis became a national figure after she denied licenses to same-sex couples following the Obergefell ruling over her religious objections in September of. Now, if she was a Muslim, do you really think that they would be all like, "Oh, heaven forbid"? Because they see things differently. They see Christians as like Hitler, and they see Muslims as, I guess, how you're supposed to see Christians. So
I don't know. I don't know. And that's the thing is you don't know if this is something that she's been feeling or if something that she's just recently pushing on because, or like even the community
Right.
is. And at the end of the day, now this is where it gets tricky. If marriage between gays is legal, then she should not be allowed to decline a license for that reason. It's like being.
Well, she shouldn't be working in that field, or you move to a different department.
I agree, but the same is still to be said. If someone doesn't like you, does that mean that you don't get your taxes filed? Or do they have to kind of do your tax? If a cop doesn't like you, does he now get to be a douche to you? Or is there not rules that say that because he knows you, he shouldn't be involved in your case? Like, there are certain laws that stop you from being able to do this. And so, yeah, something like Obergefell stops her from being able to do that. So there is grounds. And if I went to just go pay for my marriage certificate before my wedding and I was told no, then I'd also be frustrated.
Yeah.
It's like going to pay for your birth certificate and being told no because they don't like you.
Yeah. It's like
Because it's a right.
It's like going to a convenience store to buy condoms, and then the cashier's like, "Well, that's against my religion. I can't sell them to you."
Then don't work where they sell them.
Exactly what I was saying. Like
It's pretty
different
simple.
department. Yeah.
It's pretty simple. And I'm not sitting here trying to say you should do things against your religion, but maybe if you're that religious, you should be in a religious field. Like I'm not trying to be like we live in a secular world, guys. Secular, non-secular means it's all about Christian, right? Right now, majority of people, even if they believe in Christianity, still follow a majority secular world where they're not thinking about Jesus and not being shoved down their throat. That is just how the world works. And so to sit there and say that it's a religious thing, then we can't serve pork or beef because, well, Indian people think cows are holy. And Muslims can't eat pork, right? Neither can Jews.
It's got to be kosher.
So now we only can eat chicken. And I'm sure somewhere they're sacred.
I'm sure they are somewhere.
So do you see how this is like going down the line of, well, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. I could never butcher animals. That's something I don't have in me. So I go to the store and I buy it pre-butchered because I still want to eat meat, but I'm never going to kill an animal. That's me. And I acknowledge that. And I know it. And I still do it. But that's not, like, why is that not how everyone's thinking? If you don't want to do the job, don't get it. I'm like, jeez.
I'm curious if she was like a different religion that is more protected and not persecuted, if they would have come down on her as hard. That's my question. But
I don't think they, number one, I don't think they should have. And number two, I don't think they could have. They should come down on it just as hard.
Yeah, I agree.
Either way.
I agree. It said that in September of that year, a judge held her in contempt, and she spent 6 days in jail. That's more than PDF files stay.
Well, she probably didn't have bail. That's probably why she stayed so long.
You think she was just broke, and that's why she hung out?
No,
in
the
there?
reason she stayed so long is because she didn't want to post bail because she wanted the attention to say, I spent 6 days in jail
maybe.
over my religious beliefs. I'm telling you, and maybe I don't know firsthand, but if I was doing this, that's what I would do. I wouldn't spend my money on bail when I think I'm in the right. We have religious freedom, but that doesn't mean that you are working. She's giving them a license to get married, right?
Yeah.
That is a government job.
Yeah, church and state, difference.
Does that mean that people
separate.
cannot put people on birth certificates because they don't like them or they don't believe it's the father? Or their religion says that there's no way, like...
Separation between church and state, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But so if is marriage is something that's viewed by the state and federal. It's a legal action.
Yeah.
If you want marriage to be only religious, don't put it into taxes.
That's what
Don't put
I'm
it into,
saying.
And so you
Right.
chose to put this in.
Right.
So you have to redefine marriage.
Marriage is no longer just a religious institution.
Maybe redefine marriage, and then Christians can get married, and we can get officially paired or whatever you want to call it. So
Partnered.
we can get our taxes filed, and we can have property together.
We don't even need
and
to call
you
it a
guys-
marriage.
And you guys can still get married.
Yeah, we'll call it something else. Case closed.
It's really not that hard, and it's really sad, honestly, to see that we're all suffering because some people just want to be weirdos.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with weirdos. I like most weirdos. The thing is,
depends on how weird.
You're being too weird.
Too
you
weird.
pushed it too far.
Too far. So Obergefell was egregiously wrong, deeply damaging, and far outside the bound of any reasonable interpretation of the various constitutional provisions to which it vaguely pointed, and set out on a collision course with the Constitution from the day it was decided.
No, that's marriage, boy. That's like actual marriage because it's church versus state. You wanted to combine property.
Damaging. Deeply damaging? How is it deeply damaging? Damaging to who?
Because Christians don't feel like they have something amazingly holy, even though they have whole buildings for it.
They have a whole bunch of stuff that's
They
amazingly
have buildings,
holy.
they have shrines, they have people who fought entire wars for them. And I'm not trying to
churches,
dismiss
yeah.
anything. I don't dismiss Christians, ever. Ever. But to sit here and say that gays have no right, that's like saying Muslims have no right. You can't do that. You're not respecting other people's religions. You're not. In my religion, it says I can't be gay. Just because you don't agree with it doesn't mean it's not my religion. It sounds like we just need to start a church.
Not another one.
No, but it does sound like it, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, just so we can be protected
Yeah,
because of our religion.
because we believe something different. I'm
But
gonna
here's the
start-
thing. How do we have our religion? Because it wouldn't
And
be
it's
like the
scary going to the
LGBTQ
woke
religion.
churches. The woke
yeah, we
churches
can't
are
do that.
scary.
No, we can't. We can't have churches
But we
with
need them. But we need them right now
But we don't need
to be
everyone
okay.
in
We
the
need them to be
community.
regular, but not like crazy. We need them to come forward
How
and be
do you-
like,
how do you
we,
sift
we as
through?
Christians respect gay marriage. Well, that's the thing. We need good Christians who say that just because it may not be written in the Bible, we still respect it and honor it. That's all we really need. Mm-hmm. And we're not persecuting gay people.
Right.
That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's the same as persecuting as anyone who has a different belief than you. It's like if we were Jewish. It's crazy. It's crazy to me because a lot of these Christian people were raised. A lot of these gay people were raised in Christian households and still
Or
hold,
Catholic.
and still hold. It's the same thing.
You know what? You know what? It's different. Okay, we're old school Roman Catholics over here. We're older. We have our little, the host and the jingling of the bells and the pillars of the cross, and you got to do the things, and you got to do the genuflection. We got our old school rituals.
I lost my point because you interrupted me.
You say it's the same thing. I know it's the same thing, but it's different at the same time.
No, what I was going to say is that a lot of these gay individuals were raised in households that are either Christian-like,
Thank you.
of some way or another, if it bothers you that much, and they hold these beliefs still to be a good person, to follow the Bible as they were taught, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure you have some of them left over. I know lots of people do. These are the people who agree with you. You can't kick them out. Just like the church is getting smaller, less people are Christian. You need to welcome them in and stop being so mean to them.
Well, that's why they have the woke churches now.
The woke churches don't count because they're cray-cray. I don't know.
But don't they count? I mean, they have.
We need them to be less
don't they have,
cray-cray.
female bishops and they preach gayness and trans and kids. It's a weird kind of Christian church.
We need one that does all that minus the kid stuff, right? Like promotes Christ in your life, doesn't persecute you for being gay, but is pretty chill.
I'll say this: any female.
Oh wait, hang on.
Any female
we have a big audience of
priests, they're weird. The female priests are weird, dude.
We have a big audience of people who are Christian. Mm-hmm. And so I would like to extend to the audience
Extend.
a question of what your church is like, how they feel about homosexuals, and essentially pitch me your church if it's good. If it's not, then I'm going to go based off your comments. But I'd like to believe that out there's a church that is still somewhat morally good, that is accepting of people of different lifestyles, just like anyone else would have been.
That don't preach and push the trans on
stuff.
kids and all
Well,
that.
if they're watching our videos, they probably don't.
Extreme.
But it's important that you put it in there. And so I will read, and I will start getting better at responding to
will read.
comments. I read all of them. I do. I am like social anxiety in a person. I'm going to read them all, but I am busy, so I don't always think about what to respond, and I don't know what to respond because there's so many of you, and I don't know what to say. I love you guys. You guys say some funny shit. I think that was my first swear. I think I did pretty good this time.
Yeah. It's pretty difficult to cut out all the swears.
That was a mild one, right?
No, that was fine. Yeah, you can say a few. Megan Kelly says 4. I think if she can get away with it and not get demonetized, I think we're safe.
Megan Kelly's hotter than we are.
True, but don't say it out loud.
When you watch this back, you'll laugh because I was looking down and I was just like, yeah, she is.
Anyway.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Wait. We have to conclude with our
I can't just conclude with being depressed about me being fat.
Okay, what is your opinion on this story? Like, brief synopsis.
Now I'm fat and we can't get married.
I don't think it'll...
I know it's in my control. I'm working on it. Sorry.
I don't think, it'll go through. I don't think Supreme Court will throw it out.
That's
throw
what
it back
they
to
said
the
about
states.
Roe v. Wade.
But I wasn't done.
Well, I'm just interjecting.
But I do think that it's going to be one of many. And eventually, if the crazies keep being crazy, there's going to be enough pushback that it will eventually get overturned, I believe.
I'd love to hear Trump say something. No, the gays should get married. Let them have butt sex.
Like and subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Comment below.
Ring the bell.
Ring our bells, blow our whistles, and we'll see you next time.
Adios.
Donnie, out.